Story, story, story. Gather round and hear my story. In my hand, I hold something very special. Very special indeed. I wonder what it might be. It's not precious in itself, but it represents maybe the most precious thing of all. I open up my thumb and fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there it is, a heart. If I put my fingers on my wrist, I can feel my pulse, the measure of my heart beating away inside of me, pumping life-giving blood to every part of my body, supplying everything my body needs, and taking away that which will harm me. But our hearts represent something else, don't they? They represent love. In the deepest depths of our hearts, we find a glimpse of God's wonderful kingdom. There was once a person who lived with their sibling in the house of their parent. They worked together on the farm and rested and ate together in the house. But this person was not sure that this life was enough. Surely the world had more to offer. Places to explore, people to meet, opportunities to fulfill. They would get half the money when their parent died, but they just didn't want to wait. They wanted it now. So they asked, "Please give me my share now so that I can go out and explore the world." With hardly a backward glance at their sibling and their parent, the young person set off into the world with a pocket full of money to ease their way. Spend, 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 spend. The world was their oyster. Until the money ran out, then things were not so good. The big spender had nothing left to spend. In fact, with empty pockets and an empty belly, there was nothing for it but to take whatever job was going. And that job turned out to be caring for the pigs. And even the pigs ate better than our good-for-nothing loser. The young person's rumbling tummy seemed to say, "You fool! You'd be better off working for your parent on the farm at home." And that advice seemed worth listening to. So, with a heavy heart, the young person set out towards home, determined to apologise and ask to be employed as a labourer. But a surprise awaited our hero. The parent was having none of it. As soon as they saw who was walking down the path, miserable and dishevelled, they ran out of the farmhouse and hugged their child tight. New clothes and shoes, a ring, a place at the table, and a celebration welcome home feast. All was laid on for the returning young person. Their sibling was less than amused. "I've been here all this time, slaving away on the farm to make a good profit for the family, doing my best to be a good child to you. And what do I get? Not even a piece of meat so I can have a barbecue with my mates. That this waste of space takes your money and wastes it on parties and fancy living, comes skulking back when he's spent it all. And you do all this for him?" The parent explained. Both were loved equally. One stayed close and lived in that love. But when you love someone and they turn away from you for a while, you still keep them in your heart. You can't help but rejoice when the wanderer returns. not dead, but alive, not lost, but found. This story is a parable, a picture story, of course. I wonder what it tells us about God's kingdom.